What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of my hip hop review. Welcome to another episode of my hip hop review. The album I'm about to do today, arguably one of my favorite hip hop albums of all time. Westside Connection, Bow Down, Ice Cube, MAck 10, Dub C, released in 1996 on Lynch Mob under Priority Records. This is actually one of my favorite albums. Ice Cube was even involved in stuff like that. These guys got together about 1994 when it all started when Common released a diss track called not a diss track, released a song on his Resurrection called I Used to Love Her, where it's basically told a story about how hip hop became mainstream. And one of the lines on the song said, "Black music is black music, but it's all good. I was salty when she was with those boys in the hood." And Ice Cube kind of took offense to that, saying that, oh, it was all good in the East Coast when the West Coast started going all downhill. So they dissed him on a song called Westside Slaughterhouse off MAck 10's first album, his self-titled first album. Pretty dope song, pretty dark and stuff like that. And Common came back with Bitch and You. That's a different story. And what else happened? They also reunited and got back together on Dub C's album, Curb Servant, on the song West Up. Another dope song. And the singles this album is known for is Bow Down and Gangsta Make the World Go Round. Producers on this album is Ice Cube, Cedric Sampson, QD3, which is very underrated West Coast producer. He's I think he's Quincy Jones' son, stuff like that. He was one of the main. He provided most of the beats on Ice Cube's Lethal Injection album, a dope album which I do have in my collection. Binky Mac, Buddha, another underrated producer, Mark Jackson, and Ian Scott. Let's just look at the album cover. It's dark. This is one of my favorite hip hop covers of all time. Just has dark, grimy kind of thing going on. This album, they went after everybody in this album, Cypress Hill, Common, Q-Tip, The Source magazine. Guys should know this was released on the East Coast West Coast beef and stuff like that. Alright, let's get started with the review. First track is an intro called World Domination. Nothing to it. For the second track, song called Bow Down. Yeah, this is a really dope song, grimy ass song. It's basically saying that you should bow down to the West Coast and stuff like that. Interesting trivia about this song. I was reading somewhere about the song and they said that Tupac kind of got mad at Ice Cube because it was just he didn't like the fact that he was swagger jacking. In his opinion, he kind of thought that Q was kind of swagger jacking and being more gangster and stuff like that. But at the same time, Q was always gangster rapper and stuff like that. It's just that he kind of went from a political conscious kind of thing, especially with death certificate and stuff like that and Predator. So I kind of look at this song as a way of them defending the West Coast and stuff like that. Yeah. Next song, Gangsters Make the World Go Round. Pretty classic song, by the way. One of my favorite songs they did together. Ice Cube and Cedric Sampson, they made the beat to this song. Excuse me, Michael. Yeah, you gotta love the spinner, the way you that spinner sample in the song and stuff like that. Basically, you could call that song. I think Ice Cube stole the show on this song. The video to this song, it has that little courtroom kind of thing going on. Track number 4, All the Critics in New York. This song is just basically a diss to like New York critics and stuff like that, because like they all felt that East Coast was really showing the West Coast lots of love, the hip hop game and stuff like that. And if you really think about it, Cube actually had like a whole lot of respect for the East Coast, because if you like rewind back to like 1990 when he did America's Most Wanted, most of the production on the album was done by the Bomb Squad. Excuse me, the Bomb Squad. And you guys know the Bomb Squad is like the production for Public Enemy. So it was kind of like him saying that even though I show love to this coast, y'all ain't showing love to me. It was kind of like has deeper meaning to that stuff. Track number 5 is Do You Like Criminals? Pretty dope song. That was a song playing in the beginning of the video. That's actually featuring KB and Ice Cube affiliated with like Westside Connection. This a braggadocio kind of song. I think Dub C stole the show. Track number 6 is a song called Gangsters Don't Dance. Self-explanatory. Track number 7. The Gangster, the Killer, and the Dope Dealer. What the hell? Excuse me. Sorry about that. That always acts up on the tongue. Like this was like one of my favorite songs on the album. Like just really like a dark, grimy ass song. I like Mack 10's verse on the song is pretty dope too. Track number 8. Cross them out and put in AK. Everyone should know about this song. It's a diss track to like Cypress Hill and Q-Tip. A little trivia. Let me turn this down. The beef between like Cypress Hill started back in '95, but I think Ice Cube was doing songs for the Friday soundtrack, and Cypress Hill was also doing songs for the Temples of Boom album, which is like one of my favorite albums from them. They had a song called Cypress had a song called Throw Your Set in the Air, and then Ice Cube won that for the Friday soundtrack. I think they said nah, and they said Ice Cube kind of like jacked the whole chorus and stuff like that. He like jacked the whole chorus, and so they kind of like dissed him on a song called No West for the Wicked, and that's why this song came out. The beef with Q-Tip started when I believe Q-Tip said something like he didn't like the way the gangster rap was going, stuff like that. And like he responded with a Tribe Called Quest on the song off the Tribe Called Quest album, Beats Rhymes Life, dope album, on a song Keeping It Moving and stuff like that. Pretty dope song. Like this grimy ass. Like I said, they went after everybody in this record and stuff like that. Now track number 9 is probably one of my favorite songs on the album. King of the Hill. This is like another diss track to Cypress Hill. Again, like this is actually one of my favorite hip hop beefs. So I'm not really gonna front. They both did their thing on this beef. Like I'm gonna let you fast forward. But if you think about it, it's just mostly Ice Cube and MAck 10 going after Cypress Hill. Cause Dub C, he was cool with Cypress Hill and stuff like that. Especially with DJ Muggs. And they responded with the song Ice Cube Killer. And they used the same beat and stuff like that. Pretty dope song and stuff like that. Track number 10, 3 Times Felons. Another cool song I like. I like how the beat switches up in the song and stuff like that. Like, who did? They all did their thing on that song. I'm not really gonna take anything away from that. Yeah. Track number 11, Westside Ho. Basically tells a story about this girl that basically likes to fuck and all that stuff. Like, it's one of those like sex rap, you know. There's nothing really to it, to be honest with you. It's a good song though. Track number 12 is Pledge. And the last track on the album is called Who Banging WSCG Style. They just comment in the song, and Cypress Hill a little too. A lot of people have said it's actually the hardest. A lot of people said it's actually the hardest song on the album. I might have to agree with that and stuff like that. KD is in this song, and the Comrades and Al Fumtha and stuff like that. And that's it. Overall, this is a really dope album. It's a classic album by many. I'll give this like about a 9 out of 10. They released another album called Terrorist Threats, released in 2003. It wasn't that good, to be honest. It's just they basically kind of went commercial with that album and stuff like that. And the thing about it is, I think that next year, Ice Cube and MAck 10 actually had a falling out over something. And so that's how they just disbanded the whole Westside Connection. But other than that, if you really want to get into Westside Connection, I would recommend you if you just have this, you'll be all set and stuff like that. This is Westside Connection Bow Down, 1996. Thank you for watching, and you have a good night.